Dobrý večer. Good evening, everybody. A já začnu něčím, co bude spíš společenské než hudební. Let me start by being a little bit personal. In a bit more than a month, you will have a round anniversary, maestro.
Yes.
You'll be 50, may I say so?
Yeah, we shared that with
Yes.
Julian, that we are born, both of us, in 1975.
Yes.
He's already old.
Yes, he's
I
already
was born in 74. You're a baby.
Ah, 74.
Yes, I'm
okay.
older, but December.
He's very old.
December.
No.
Já jsem začal tím, I'll translate, okay? Let me translate. Já jsem začal tím, že bychom měli být prvními gratulanty, protože za pár týdnů, konkrétně 9. října, October 9th, right?
Bravo.
Maestro Altinoglu bude mít kulaté narození, bude mu 50. Potlesk pro něj, blahopřání. A Julian, který je o rok starší, říká, you're a baby, jsi jenom děťátko. Will you celebrate?
Yes, I had the choice, and I chose to conduct Falstaff the day of my anniversary, because the end of Falstaff
in Brussels.
In Brussels,
Yes.
where I work also, because the last is tutto nel mondo è burla. I love this moral of
Yes.
everything is a joke, but the deep things are really inside us.
Jak se bude oslavovat ten večer, protože on je, jak předpokládám, víte, šéfem v Théâtre de la Monnaie v Bruselu, tak budou dělat Falstaff, no tak potom to nějak oslavíme. Time passes very quickly, maestro. And back in 1988, you were here as a 14-year-old or young
13.
child,
13,
winning
yes.
Concertino Praga. Do you still remember?
Yes, I do. It was the last competition I did. With 13, it was enough.
Yes.
But I have fondest memories, of course, as a little boy, to soak in the atmosphere which sitting and listening to your incredible Dvořák, I'm saying, that was yesterday, but to your incredible Šostakoviče. Every time I come to Czech Republic and of course especially to Prague, I'm always stunned by the audience, by the understanding, by the depth, by the extreme emotion and understanding that you have for this music, especially for Šostakoviče. It's not a given. I live in Vienna, and for them, Shostakovich, it's a little bit ooh, and here you understand.
We've been living in this part of the world,
I know.
you know.
I was also born in the Soviet Union, so we share a little bit of the same emotions.
Let me translate. Já jsem se vrátil zpátky k tomu, když se psal rok 1988 a tento mladý muž, tenkrát 14letý, se stal vítězem rozhlasové soutěže Concertino Praga. By the way, Concertino Praga is now under the auspices of this festival, you see? So it's a circle in a way.
I think I will be conducting a gala concert for
Yes, you will.
Praga with the radio orchestra.
Great.
Yeah.
Já jsem jenom mu připomněl, že teď Concertino Praga je vlastně součástí Dvořákovy Prahy a na to Julian říká, no však já se těším, že budu dirigovat koncert vítězů. No, ať tak či onak, bylo mi 14, říká Julian, a byla to moje poslední soutěž, měl jsem toho tak akorát. To stačilo, ale mám na to obrovské vzpomínky a ty se mi oživily, když jsem tady včera poslouchal, jak maestro dirigoval Dvořáka a dneska jak dirigoval Šostakoviče. Obdivuju pražské publikum, protože je emoční, protože je vnímavé, chápavé a třeba ve Vídni, kde žiju, Šostakovič, no, budíš, ale nám, protože já jsem samozřejmě pocházím z Litvy, tak nám to všechno něco říká, vidíte. Okay, Shostakovich, we'll talk about it later, but just a little remark on Sibelius and its two premieres, because there is a Czech trace, because the first premiere in Helsinki in a hurry was played by a Czech who was born in Hungary, Viktor Nováček, and he failed. And then there was another, it was unsuccessful. And then there was another one in Berlin, Karel Halíř, another Czech violinist.
Do you want to know about the Russian premiere of the Sibelius
Yes,
Concerto?
please.
That was also kind of a failure.
Was it?
And the great cellist and historic musician Mstislav Rostropovich told me this story. He was friends with Sibelius, and they went together to the Russian premiere played by David Oistrach. And Oistrach was very, very nervous, and in the last movement many things happened, some memory slipped, some things were not together, it a little bit collapsed, the whole thing. Can I tell the story?
Yes, please.
I will be
Please.
as fast as possible, but Rostropovich told me this story, so it's not an anecdote, it's really true.
I'll be translating. Když jsem připomněl ty dva Čechy, kteří byli u dvou premiér Sibeliova koncertu, Viktor Nováček v Helsinkách, byl to neúspěch, nezahrál to dobře, a pak Karel Halíš v Berlíně, tak Julian replikuje na to úžasně, říká, můžu vám říct něco o ruské premiéře tohoto Houslového Sibeliova koncertu, a vím to od Mstislava Rostropoviče, není to vymyšlené, je to pravda, protože on na tu premiéru šel se Sibeliem a hrál David Oistrach. A od začátku to bylo takové nervózní.
And then still everybody was very happy, and Rostropovich together with Sibelius, they were sitting together in the hall, they went to congratulate Oistrach, but he was nowhere to be found because he was so embarrassed that he ran back to his home. He didn't want to see anybody. So they came to his home, knocked on the door, and Oistrach said, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. I embarrassed myself. I don't want. So Sibelius and Rostropovich looked at each other. They said, what are we going to do now? We cannot have this evening to, to finish like this. And they were all dear friends. So Sibelius said, there is a gas station very close. Let's get 3 bottles of vodka and come back. And we knock on the door until he opens. And that was the fact. And then it was a happy end to that evening.
No, vy jste v podstatě rozuměli, ale já to jenom rychle dopřeložím, zestručním to jako vždycky. Prostě bylo to tak, že koncert proběhl a Oistrach měl pocit, že to zvoral. No takže prostě oni mu šli blahopřát ti dva, nikde. Šli za ním domů, bouchali na dveře, nechci s váma mluvit, jděte domů, jděte pryč. A Sibelius, tak se na sebe se podívali s Rostropovičem, říkali, také přece ten večer nemůže skončit. Takže Sibelius mám nápad, šli, koupili 3 láhve vodky, zase zabušili, no a pak už to byl úspěch. To chce potlesk, vidíte.
But it's just to give you an idea how difficult it is, not just for the violinist, but especially for the conductor, not for you. But I've played this concerto since I'm 17, and it's very rare to have a conductor who has such mastery, not just to accompany, because it's a symphony. So it's really one of the hardest concertos to accompany. So thank you, Alain, for being
thank you to you. It was amazing. Thank you.
Making me feel so comfortable.
To musím vám říct, říká Julian, že já to hraju od 17, tenhle koncert, a je to jeden z nejtěžších, opravdu je, a nejenom pro solistu, ale i pro dirigenta. Je málo dirigentů, kteří to umí opravdu odehrát dobře, a tohle je výjimka, a tak mu tedy gratuluji. Congratulations.
Thank you. No, merci. No, but it's tonight I was thinking it's the first time we worked together. I met him the first time 3 days ago, so I didn't know him.
Really?
Yeah. And we always say music is magic. Why music is magic?
Music is seduction.
It's an universal language, because when you want, for example, to become friend with someone, of course, coup de foudre, as we say in French, exists, but usually you need time to discuss, you come back, and it takes years. But with him, instantly, we could do music so deeply, so because it's him, amazing violinist, and the music does this magic together. No?
Did I grasp right that this is your first concert together?
Yes.
First time. Hele, tak to je, přátelé, to je vlastně historická událost, protože říká Alain Altinoglu, že jsou tady poprvé v životě spolu na jevišti. Samozřejmě o sobě věděli dávno, ale neznali se osobně. Říká se, že hudba zbližuje. U nás se ukázalo, že to je opravdu pravda. Okamžitě jsme si sedli takzvaně a byli jsme tady dneska poprvé na pódiu. Tohle chce velký potlesk, protože to je událost. We could talk about Shostakovich eighth for years, actually, for hours. And it tells us a lot because, as I said, we are from this part of the world. How do you understand that this symphony was so unsuccessful in the Soviet Union in the beginning? Why? Because of its end, which is not tragic or enough, or why?
No, you know, success or not in these times were depending of many things. Also the political situation. If Stalin said something in Pravda, then you know it was very different. Now with our orchestra, we are playing the Shostakovich Symphony, the complete cycle in order, chronologic order.
You mean the 3 war symphonies or all?
No,
symphonies?
all the symphonies.
Oh,
so
really?
we started with the first, which he wrote when he was a student, and then we can also follow the story of communism and Russian and Stalin, Russia and everything. And it's amazing to follow the story of the country and what he felt during the symphonies. And it's so deep. So, of course, I'm from Armenian roots, so I have also family from there, so I know the stories, also this part of the world. But and you can so much in his music. Of course, there are many things that are hidden also in the music of Shostakovich that you discover when you. But we all know the stories. You know, Shostakovich. One day they came to him just before he composed the symphony. They said, the policeman Sergei is going to come to take you to the Gulag. And so Shostakovich just dressed, took a suitcase, and went in bed with the suitcase, waiting for Sergei. You know, but Sergei didn't come. You know, and so the day after he spent, and the day after he still was ready with the suitcase. And for 1 week he waited, and when he asked where is Sergei, they sent Sergei to the Gulag. So, you know, it was this time so, and you can feel that in the symphony.
Já jsem jenom ťuknul, samozřejmě o téhle 8. symfonii by se dalo mluvit hodiny, ale ťuknul jsem jenom to téma, viděl jsem, že to něco odstartuje, že když měla premiéru v tehdejším Sovětském svazu, tak úřady ji odsoudili samozřejmě, co on si o tom myslí a pan dirigent to vzal šířeji, říkal, že s tímto orchestrem, který jste dneska slyšeli, že mají teď, že postupně nastudovávají a hrají všechny Šostakovičovy symfonie od začátku do konce. A tím vlastně sledují i příběh těch symfonií a Šostakovičova života se vší tou hrůzou a těm absurditami. Přece známá, říká je historka, kdy Šostakovič bylo mu řečeno, připrav se, přijde tě zatknout Sergej. Tak on měl kufřík, byl připraven, nic. Tak zase nic, tak se a kde je ten Sergej? No, mezi tím jeho poslali do Gulagu, bylo mu řečeno. Takže tohle jsou absurdity, které jsou slyšet v Šostakoviče hudbě, ale také pod ní. A já, protože jsem z Arménie, tak jako vy tomu taky rozumím. Gentlemen, when looking at your CVs, one would think that you are able to multiply yourselves because you have so many activities. And apart from being a soloist, being a conductor, you are also a conductor.
Yes.
And this is a delicate subject, I want to say. When you are a soloist and someone else is a conductor, do you have discipline enough not to interfere?
Can I answer for you? I absolutely felt nothing bad. I mean, no. I mean, you know, because sometimes you could imagine that he's a conductor. He could think, you know, oh, why he does this like this way? I could do better. He's not absolutely not like that. I mean, he's so ready to collaborate, and I had sometimes soloist.
Já jsem naťukl delikátní téma, protože jsem říkal, vaše životopisy, to je něco, z čeho by člověk řekl, že vy jste schopni se zmnožovat, tolik toho děláte. A samozřejmě Julian je, kromě toho, že je solista, tak je dirigent. A já jsem naťukl trošku delikátní téma, jaké to je, když člověk, který také umí dirigovat, velmi dobře je solistou, a teď najednou někdo jiný diriguje. A do toho mu skočil Alain a říkal, ne, já jsem vůbec necítil, že by nějakým způsobem interferoval do toho, co dělám, byl naprosto disciplinovaný a nechal mě dělat svou práci. How did you feel?
I say that by now, after having played 37 years with conductors and after conducting myself for 18 years, yes, you have a point. It's sometimes, or maybe even very often, very difficult to stand there when you do not have a conductor that is a great musician and that inspires you, and that where you want to learn and when you want to inhale all the knowledge and all the wisdom and all the, the interpretation, because it's a give and take, and we need to always be open to learn from each other, learn from the orchestra, learn from the conductor. It's this triangle between solist, conductor and orchestra. And of course, after so many years playing with conductors where you cannot choose the conductors as a little, as a young violinist, you take what you get. But now I'm in the position, and I don't mean it in an arrogant way, that I only play 30%. So violin has become a very serious hobby to me. No, very serious. I really spent a month preparing for this concert today. Yes, because I didn't play Sibelius for 10 years. Today was the first time after 10 years. So no, it's very, very important for me, the violin, especially because I play so little now. But working with a great musician, because conductor, it's a little bit, to me, a great conductor. Sure, there are many great conductors, or not so many actually, but there are even much less great musicians who happen to be conductors.
Zkusím to zhustit.
It's my birthday today. No. Thank you.
Říká, na ty chvály říká Alain, já už mám dneska ty narozeniny, koukám. Julian říká, dotkl jste se správného tématu, protože já nějakých 37-38 let hraju jako solista a 17 let diriguju. Takže samozřejmě občas neodolám tomu pokušení hodnotit výkon dirigenta a řeknu vám, že někdy samozřejmě je to i utrpení, protože ne s každým si člověk padne, ne každý má to pochopení pro tu hudbu, které já cítím. A pravda je, že já vlastně dneska víc diriguji, říká Julian, pro mě je hrát na housle, to je tak 30% mého času, je to hobby, je to koníček, i když velmi vážný koníček. Já na tento koncert, říká, jsem se připravoval měsíc, protože 10 let jsem Sibelia nehrál a musel jsem se sakra znova na tom zapracovat. Ale tedy je to pro mě koníček hrát na housle, ale radost je to, pokud se potkám s takovým dirigentem, který má takový vhled do hudby, jako má Alain. Maybe it's because you are also a musician, a pianist with your wife, accompanying your wife.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I started as a pianist, and I discovered, I met my wife, I was very young, I was 12 years old, and when we started to make music together, I was 16, so I started as an accompanist, and I played in opera for many years, and one day I was assistant of an opera conductor, and he left because his wife was giving birth at the hospital, so in Opéra de Paris, they asked me, can you conduct the orchestra? I said, yes. I had no idea, but and then like if you go in the sea to swim and you have to survive, and I tried to survive, and I think I survived well because the musicians tell me, oh, good, you should continue. And I think if that day musicians told me it's a catastrophe, I would have stopped. But because they encouraged me, I continued, and it started like that.
Já jsem říkal, že možná, že to dirigování a ten cit pro tu hudbu pramení i z toho, že Alain je sám hudebník, je klavírista, doprovází svoji manželku, pěvkyni Noru Gubiš, right? A on říká, já jsem začínal jako pianista, pak jsem se stal asistentem operního dirigenta, který jednoho dne rychle musel do porodnice, protože jeho žena rodila, to bylo v Paříži. A oni mi říkají, tak to oddiriguj. No, tak samozřejmě hodí vás do vody, musíte plavat. Takže stalo se to a já jsem se vlastně takhle stal dirigentem. Gentlemen, time is passing. You will meet each other 2 days from now in Bucharest, right? And you will play in Split tomorrow, right?
I have a concert with an amazing violist who happens to be also my wife. She's right here, Sarah McAlevey.
Já tady mám, říkám, manželku a s tou budu hrát zítra ve Splitu. Dear and distinguished lady, Poté.
We actually are playing Mozart Sinfonia Concertante tomorrow, and we played it on this stage with the Philharmonia Prague, and she played a lot here actually, also chamber music. She's an amazing musician, violinist, but one of the leading violists, and I learned from her all the time. And, when I study the big scores and I don't know, I get lost, I don't know how to solve a problem, I come to Sarah, I say, what do I do? She said, don't you see, it's like this and this. So, I mean, it's an amazing privilege to be together with such a great musician who, it's a give and take, and we get to share the stage sometimes. She has her own career, of course, but we try to travel together as much as possible. If I don't play, I come and I carry her dress, and I'm much more nervous than I play. And the same for Sarah. She was today probably shaking a little bit, sitting somewhere in this hall, because she knows what it is to be on this spot by yourself. Even you share the stage, but in the end you are by yourself, and it's a big responsibility, and it's the greatest thing to have such a support.
Víte, tleskáme vám. Zmínil jsem se o tom, že pánové se už pozítří setkají v Bukurešti, kde budou hrát se stejným orchestrem, stejný repertoár, a ťukl jsem, že zítra už ve Splitu, ovšem mezi tím, bude Julian hrát Mozarta, a on na to hned reagoval: teď já budu hrát zítra s mojí ženou, která je teď tady, a udělal takový krásný vlastně vstup o své ženě, říkal: já když mám před sebou partituru a nemůžu se v ní vyznat, tak jdu za Sárou o radu, a on říkal: tak prostě to je jasné, tady to takhle máš, tak se na to podívej. A pro mě je štěstím, když můžeme spolu vystupovat, ale někdy jsem to já, který nese její oděv, když ona vystupuje, a jsem nervóznější než ona, a věřím, že zase ona dnes byla nervóznější než já, když já jsem tady hrál. Přátelé, já myslím, že tohle je krásná tečka. Popřejme pánům dobrou noc. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, aha. I didn't see. Křičte, hodně křičte.
I have a question. Can I come, just downstairs just to make off this gentleman a question?
We can hear you.
Tak přijďte potom na pódium, ano, my teď pány propustíme. Prosím vás, děkujeme vám, že jste zůstali, byli jste skvělí, přejeme vám dobrou noc. And thank you so much on behalf of the audience. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Merci.
Thank you.